Hello, good morning. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. So today I want to do a lesson on pleats. I realize how challenging it is for some people to make pleats, or even though they might be so simple. And that was what I saw when I was in the classroom. Now, if you are not good at mathematics, then that's where the problem comes in. So I know for some beginners, they might still be struggling as to how to do the calculation. So I will just brief you on how it is done. That would also help you to understand the amount of fabric that is needed. And another thing is that, remember, with a pleated skirt, you only need the waist measurement and the length. So if you're doing a waist that is 20 inches, you need to, and you're doing the pleats at 1 inch. 1 inch pleat has 3 layers. A pleat has 3 layers. So it has the top layer, the middle layer, and the bottom layer. So if it's a 1 inch pleat, that's going to be 3 inches. If it's a 1.5 inch pleat, that is going to be 4.5 inches. And so you would multiply that 3 inches by 20 inches, which is the waist measurement, and that is 60 inches, and that's what you would need to do a skirt for a waist that is 20 inches. The width of the fabric is going to be 60 inches. For the 4.5 inches, you're going to have to do the maths also. So 4 times 20 is going to be 80, and the half of the 20 is going to be 10. So it's going to be 10 added to the 80. That will give you the total that you need for that 20 inches waist. Okay? So as I was saying before, that a lot of people struggle with the pleating. And so when I was in the classroom, I realized that a lot of elderly people were there, and they wanted probably to sew their skirts or their children, their grandchildren uniforms, and they had a problem in doing the calculation. And so I came up with two little devices. So this one is 1.5 inch, and I'll just show it to you. So that's 1.5 inches right there. That's how wide this pleat would be, and this one is 1 inch, as you can see. Now how you make this little device, if you want it to help you, is that you draw a straight line here, and you draw another one there, and you mark off the 1.5 inch. You draw another line here perpendicular to this one, and you cut out that one, and this is for the space for the pleat. And I showed you in a video how it is being used. Now this will not, you won't have to use this all the time, but once you practice with it, it gives accurate pleating. And then after a while, when you understand, well, that's what I saw with my students. When they understood how to do it, then they didn't need this anymore. But in the beginning, it really helped them, because even forming the pleats like this was a challenge for some of them. So I showed you yesterday how to use it. I've explained how it's being made. You can just get a little piece of cardboard and just cut it and make it. Okay, so I showed you yesterday. You want to leave the slimmer part to the top. You want to put it in like this and bring it close to the other pleat. So it's right there, right? And then you want to come underneath there at the end there, hold it and just pull it through, and that is your pleat. And you would do the same thing with the 1 inch. Okay, so as I said, this is a very short video on pleats, so I hope you understand how to make your pleats and do the calculation much better. Also, another thing I want to say is that when you form your pleats, you want to run a stitch thread right across. Now don't put the machine on gather, but make it loose enough, because when you stitch through the pleats, some of them you find that they're going away and the waist becomes a little bigger. Now when you have that thread stitching right across there, you can pull the thread up a little bit to tighten it and get the measurement that you desire. Okay? So thank you for watching, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe.